So, Jasmine, we're seeing you in season 4 of The Shy. Where do we pick up with Amani?
We pick up where we kind of left off with Trey and Amani have custody of Jake and starting a new family.
What do you think it is about Trig that really draws her and continues to draw them as a couple together?
I think the one of the main is he can be vulnerable when he needs to Imani, and I think she's drawn to that. He makes her feel safe, and I think that's important to her. She knows for sure he loves her.
Is she ready for motherhood?
I don't know. We're gonna see if she's up to the picking for that because she did not have that in mind at first and what it was going to be like. And I think she's starting to realize that, Jake is kind of a mini Trig in so many ways. And, she's going to have to navigate that motherhood of keeping him from making the same mistakes as his brother did. So I think it's going to be very challenging for her.
There's such great chemistry between Trig and Amani. Was that instant when you guys began working together? Was there a chemistry read for the two of you?
No, it was so funny. I heard another other famous actor say the same thing. Like I don't know if it's the new age, but a lot of us are not getting that chemistry read. It was like we, as soon as we met each other, instantly it's like a friendship happened. Like, I mean, he's easy to get along with.
Now that they are parents to Jake, what are some obstacles they'll be facing, not just as a couple this season, but maybe individually?
I think coming into their own because remember they're a young couple, so they're still growing within themselves, and I think they're still finding out about things about themselves and the other person. So they still have to grow with that. On top of it, now they have a kid, so it's going to be a lot of navigating of finding out things and more understanding to each other.
What I love about this series is also the cinematography and how Chicago plays a beautiful role in the series as well. Talk about how this season we'll get to see more of Chicago and maybe the current events that are happening there in the city.
Well, I can't speak upon too many of the current events. Don't want to give that too much of that tea out. But we, as you know, as a show, we always keep up with current events as much as we can. We always speak about the truth. And Chicago has beautiful architect. Like the architect here is amazing. I'm looking outside my window now, like, oh my God, it's like stunning. So we're gonna get to see a lot of different parts of Chicago, and the cinematography is even better. I was looking at some of the dailies, and I was like, oh my God, like, yeah, you guys you're gonna love it.
I saw that Lena Waithe said that she loved your portrayal of Imani in the auditions because of your softness and your strength. Have you had much of a say in how Imani has continued to develop over the last couple of seasons?
Yeah, and I love Lena for saying that. I love the input that they asked me as far as my character. I love that I get to have some input when it comes to her navigating this new world that she's in. And I'm starting to see a little bit of Imani's strength in her stubbornness a little bit. So yeah.
This season, I'm sure, is going to be packed with incredible and touching and difficult and beautiful and all kinds of flavorful moments for all of the characters. What were some of your favorite, maybe, episodes? If you can't tease memorable moments, can you talk about maybe some episodes you're looking forward to fans getting to see this season?
Yes, I will say, ooh, it's so many. Okay, I'll give you two, 1 and 6, and you'll see why I pick 1 and 6.
Yeah, the season premiere is coming up soon. Do you have any particular plans on how to celebrate since the cast can't be together as a whole these days?
We're trying to figure that out now. We do not know as of yet what we're gonna do because technically we're still filming.
Ooh.
We haven't filmed episode 10 yet. So I don't know if I'm going to be in Chicago or LA, depending on where I'm going to be, depending on who I get to celebrate with. So we're trying to figure that out.
You're a part of social media. What kind of feedback have you been receiving to the episodes that you've worked on and what it means to the trans LGBT community to truly see your beautiful portrayal of this character?
It was scary at first because I'm putting myself out there to the world. And in general, I'm such a private person. I always been in this industry, but not as exposed, I would say. So I was a little nervous, but the love I have been receiving is so overwhelming. Like a lot of my supporters helped me through the pandemic, you know. So I'm like all the love I'm receiving from them like shows me this is why we do what we do because people need to be represented, you know. I'm having so many people, especially my trans community, reach out to me and just tell me these wonderful things. Like they, you know, like they fell in love with my character. They, you know, see themselves in me. And I was like, wow, I just didn't realize the impact I was going to have. It's such a blessing. I'm so grateful for it.
How do you shake off a long day of filming The Shy?
Um, Most days I write. I'm a writer. Like I have music that's coming out as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I can't wait for that. So I will write, or if I have other projects come out, I will dive into those as well.
What does it mean to you to be a part of such a beautiful series that not only highlights your role as a transgender woman, but also highlights and has people of color in these prominent lead roles?
It's actually a blessing because, you know, years ago, I would have never imagined. That's why I didn't come out as trans. I was just playing cis roles. I never would imagine that, you know, a network such as Showtime or any network would have, you know, someone like me to have a voice to speak to my community and to be there as a trans woman who happens to be Black as well. Um, it's you know, you get emotional thinking about it. Like how
I'm sure.
many communities you actually represent. You know, I was told the other day, like, oh my God, Jasmine, you represent, you know, the trans community, the Black community, women in general. And I was like, it's just such a blessing to be able to represent those communities in such a good light. And I hope I'm, you know, making everyone proud. And I hope that I continue to make everyone proud.
Oh, you are. It's just such a beautiful portrayal that I think that so many viewers, like you said, trans or whatever, see themselves in this role. And it's so brave of you to step forward and speak up since you are such a private person. So I'm sure so many people feel that you've touched their lives, not just on screen, but off screen as well.
That is my hope. That is my hope to touch people's hearts and to open people's mind and open their heart to let them know that every one of us tells a universal story. It's about existing. You know, we all are here to exist. That's all we want to do because, you know, that's our birthright to exist in whatever space we choose to.
What would you then advise to people in Hollywood, TV shows, films, to be more inclusive, on how to be more inclusive for the trans community?
What I will say is look at everyone as a human being first. So when you want to be more exclusive, all you have to do is look at this person as a human being, tell a human being story. If they're worried about how people are going to perceive it, well, you shouldn't be worried about what people are going to perceive anything. If you're telling a real story, we're going to get what we want. And that's real, a depiction of real life. Because that's why we watch TV, unless we're watching Marvel or something like that, you know. But if we're watching like a TV that's has like a depiction of real life, like The Shy or other shows, we are watching it just to see ourselves. And you don't have to be that person of the same color, gender, whatever. But if you're telling a story that we can relate to in general, that's all that should matters. And so we shouldn't put too much emphasis on, oh my God, is this person going to be perceived as this or that? It's like, how can I make this human being relatable to other human beings as a whole?
Beautiful answer. And I hope people watching will take it to heart as well.
I hope so too.
You mentioned you have some new music coming out. Do you have any other acting roles we'll be seeing you in recently?
Yes. It's funny because I have a TV show that I just started talking about. I haven't really said too much about because I almost forgot because I just remembered they just announced the date. I have another show come out called Never Have I Ever.
Oh,
It
yeah.
airs in July. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. So you've got a lot of great things to come for you. What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the wonderful work that you do musically and on screen?
I would say thank all of you for supporting me. I hope you continue to support me. You can follow me on any of my social media platforms. I try to keep it simple for everyone. At the Jasmine Davis on Instagram, the Jasmine Davis on Facebook, if anyone still uses Facebook, the Jasmine Davis on Twitter, and I'll be posting my SoundCloud link in my link tree. I'll be posting a little documentary that I'm working on. It comes
Okay.
out with my t-shirt line. We're trying to hurry up and drop that before Pride. So I'm crossing my fingers that we can get that done, and my music will be coming out before Pride as well. So I want everyone, if you respect my existence and you support, what I'm supporting and supporting everyone to, exist in their space. Go support Jasmine Davis. I love all of you. And yeah, I like, let's keep this trend going of just supporting universal stories.